What's up, guys? My name is Anthony, and today we're going to be talking about this 10% dip that we've seen in the cryptocurrency market capitalization to bring us back below $1 trillion. But more importantly, we are going to zero in on Ethereum, and I'm going to give you 4 reasons why I remain extremely bullish in the medium term. But before we get started, I just want to thank all our new and returning subscribers and remind you to join our community if you are someone who is serious about including cryptocurrency in your overall wealth building strategy. Looking again at the cryptocurrency markets over the last 24 hours, you can see a whole sea of red. In fact, the last, I'd say 48 hours have been pretty ugly for cryptocurrency investors, but I just really want to remind you that this is a very natural correction and that we were extremely overbought. These prices needed to plummet. So here is the article today from Cointelegraph. We're going to give you 4 key reasons to remain bullish. So the Ethereum price may have dropped by 34% in 24 hours, but multiple data points show traders are still bullish on Ether. So this is just talking kind of big picture, what led to the most recent rise. Many DeFi platforms rely on the Ethereum network. Platforms such as Chainlink, such as Synthetics, such as Aave and Compound, just to name a few, all rely on Ethereum to function and function well. And Ethereum is the most common asset used as the gateway to these platforms. Data shows that Ethereum's fundamentals are still strong and investors are content to wait for further Ethereum 2.0 network developments. So what are these 4 key factors? So let's analyze transactions and transfer value. The chart above here shows an indicator spiking above 8 billion in daily transactions, a 200% increase compared to the previous month's $2.6 billion average. And you can see that over here, right? This is where we used to be. This noticeable hike in transaction and transfer value signals strength and suggests that Ether's price is sustainable above $1,000. So here's that price chart. You can look at it again. You can see the huge jump in transaction values, which is corresponding with the price of Ethereum. But this would lead us to believe that this is all warranted price activity and that we are not in a bubble. Next, I'd like to talk to you about exchange withdrawals and how that is bullish for price action. So increasing withdrawals from exchanges can be caused by multiple factors, including staking, yield farming, and buyers sending coins to cold storage. Usually a steady flow of net deposits indicates a willingness to sell in the short term. So if people are taking their cryptocurrency and moving them to exchanges, they could be looking to cash out. But when the other thing happens, and I've talked about this in different videos, when it happens the other way around, when they move their crypto off exchanges, these net withdrawals are generally related to periods of whale accumulation because people are storing and hodling long term. The next thing I want to talk to you about is the futures premium that Ethereum is still trading at. So professional traders tend to dominate longer-term futures contracts that set expiry dates. By measuring the expense gap between futures and the regular spot market, a trader can gauge the level of bullishness in the market. So futures traders are betting that the price of Ethereum will be higher in the future right now. Now, the higher that these futures traders bet that the price will be indicates that these futures traders are bullish on the market as well. So the 3-month futures should usually trade within 1.5% or higher premium versus regular spot exchanges. And spot exchanges are just exchanges where you buy and sell, well, on the spot, right in real time. So if you're buying cryptocurrency on, say, Coinbase, that would be a spot exchange. Whenever this indicator fades or turns negative, this is an alarming red flag. But if you take a look right here, you can just see the premium that Ethereum is trading at here, still up above 5% above the spot price. And even when the price dipped yesterday, we still didn't fall anywhere below almost, I'd say, let's say 3.8% above spot. So futures traders are still bullish. And you can see here as I zoom in just this massive spike in volume. So what is that telling us? It's telling you that there are more people trading and buying and selling Ethereum overall, and it was a big jump in time, and that hasn't really slowed really much at all, and it's still much higher than it was, which shows there's more interest in Ethereum. Next, I'd like to look at this chart with you and talk to you a little bit about TA, talk to you about what levels we might be expecting, what the price has done, and why this could be a great opportunity to buy. And I'll tell you a little bit about my experience. So as of late, I've been setting a lot of buy orders for levels that I am anticipating as support, and they've just not been getting filled. And if you have been in cryptocurrency over the last month and a half, you can kind of vouch for me when I just tell you it has been insane. And lo and behold, as we look at these daily candles here, we have seen the last 2 days, we finally saw a bit of a sell-off. What you might be worried about, especially if you're new here, is this the end for Ethereum? Is Ethereum going to crash? I can say with some degree of confidence, no. That doesn't mean it's not going to go lower within the next couple days or a week. This sell-off may persist a little bit, especially with the value of the dollar being up. You know, the stock markets were talking about how the DXY, the dollar index, was up, but it was very small potatoes. It was just up a little bit. And in the grand scheme of things, the price of the dollar has been falling steadily since the onset of the pandemic. So this is not a long-term shift in polarity or market conditions or the macro picture. So that, I believe, is the news-related reason for this. That on top of the fact that the market was just completely overbought. This needed to happen. This is healthy. And let's talk about now how low I think this could go at the moment. So we're looking at a few things on my chart here. First of all, we're looking at the volume profile, and this is the point of control, right? So this is the level that the most trading has been done at for the time frame shown. So this is for the month of January. So you're looking at a 4-hour chart here. So each of these candles represents 4 hours of price action, and you can see over the last 8 hours, we are putting in some bullish candles here. So you can't see that on the daily chart. It just looks red. But again, if you zoom in, you have to go to these smaller time frames to see some of the market fluctuations in more detail. So we are potentially getting a little bit more bullish. This point of control here will potentially act as a magnet. Now, I'm not giving anyone trading advice, but it is definitely possible that this price could rise back up to $1,200. I would say some point within the next 24 hours. But we also have to get past this downtrend, this kind of resistance level up top here, which at the moment would be $1,128. So we're going to have to see what happens when we get up there. We have 2 minutes at this point until this daily candle closes, which will be a close on the 4-hour and also a close on the daily chart. But the volume is nice. This is a doji, could almost be considered a harami cross down here. And then this would be a bullish engulfing candle if it closes this high, which would be a pretty good sign. If the price does turn around, could we fall back as low as $900? Absolutely. We could fall down here. This was a level of support back on January 4th, again on January 3rd, and we just saw it, of course, on the 11th here on this Monday. Okay, if we fall below that, we could go down to $789. Definitely not predicting that right now. Let's go back now to the daily chart and watch the daily close together. And 3, 2, 1. And here is the daily close. Now, is this a very bullish candle? Not particularly. Is it bearish? Yeah, in general, I would say it is. But again, if you go to the 4-hour chart, we are starting to turn around. So this may be a higher low here. If you look at the big picture, this could be a new low, and potentially over time, we could start to drive up maybe around to that $1,400 price point, to that all-time high, I would say sometime within the next 1 to 2 weeks. But Ethereum is not dead. Don't panic. And if you really want to get an idea of what Ethereum is going to do long-term, I'm going to ask you to check out this video right here, why Ethereum is a better investment than Bitcoin for 2021, why I'm more bullish on Ethereum than Bitcoin. On that video, I get not just into trading details, kind of like I did here, and network statistics, but I also get more into fundamentals, and I talk about it from more of a macro standpoint. Do me a favor and like the video if you found value in this content. I want to remind you to never invest more than you can afford to lose in cryptocurrency, because it is speculative in nature, and it is a very volatile space. But aside from that, enjoy the ride. Have fun with it, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.